Hey everybody, this is Kevin Davidson, your host for Kevin's Corner, Real Estate from a Marketing Perspective, and this is episode number 44. 44. My bad, 44. We're going to leave that in. I made a mistake. It's okay. Episode 44. So if you've been watching and tuning into the podcast, I really appreciate it. If you are a real estate agent or a vendor that operates in the Fort Bend County area, and you want to be on the podcast, give me a call. I got plenty of room, but it'll be later in the year, but I'll definitely put you on the calendar. 832-654-0527 or email me at kevin.davidson@stewart.com. And I always have to make sure and thank the important people in my life that make this podcast possible, which is Jennifer Schmides, the Area Vice President, Caitlin Cornick, Devin the escrow officers here in the Sugar Land office, and Wendy Santana and Adriana Ozalte, the escrow officers in the Richmond office, and of course our support staff. I can't name everybody. So with that said, let's get started with episode number 44, Kevin's Corner. This is the first segment, and everybody knows who this is.
Everybody?
Almost everybody.
Does that mean I'm famous?
You're famous, yeah. This podcast is just something else to do for you.
I love it.
So this is Kathryn C. If you guys don't know who she is a very, very well-known professional person that wears several hats, professionally and personally.
That's true.
We're going to talk about a couple of the professional things. She is the owner of the Kathryn C. School of Real Estate. Did I say that right?
Yes, it's difficult to say fast.
Yeah. Kathryn's, it's that C.
It sounds like seaweed.
We're not talking about the ocean.
Okay. It's real estate.
Real estate. And she's also a top producing real estate agent that operates out of the Katy area.
Katy, CBNA.
But can help you anywhere in the city of Houston. So say hi to everybody.
Hi. Thank you for having me. I really appreciate being here again.
Of course. This is the second time you've been on the podcast.
I know. I feel so honored.
Yeah. And she'll be on the podcast many more times because I'm going to be doing this for forever.
Yay.
So tell everybody a little bit about who you are and what you do, and start with the school because that's the biggest thing.
Okay. So I started my real estate school. Actually, I'm going to have a 10-year anniversary in May. So
wow.
10 years ago.
Where's the party?
I know. I need to plan one.
No, seriously.
Right?
Where's the party?
I know. I wish I had an answer to that because then everybody could be invited that's listening to this.
Exactly.
But
15,000 people show up at
right?
your house.
Hey!
You put it on the podcast.
Right.
We're here.
You put it out there.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I started my school about 10 years ago. I really started it because I wanted to teach a class to realtors about networking. And I was writing a book at the time, and it just kind of happened that I thought, okay, I could teach this to real estate agents as well, this networking principle that I really believed in. And I reached out to providers, and they ignored me, and so I ended up starting my own school.
Wow.
And, that's a great thing about...
all you providers that ignored her? In your eye.
So there. We do a lot of classes now. I have 11 instructors in all. I have 2 up in the Dallas area. And we work with builders and developers primarily. We do work with title companies as well to promote classes, lenders, things like that. But we partner with them because we bring the classes to the real estate agent for free.
Yes.
Because as an agent myself, I know that there's so much that you have to pay for, and be able to get your continuing education for free is really a great thing. So that has been my goal from the get-go, is to be able to provide it for free. And
now, to be clear, that doesn't mean that you're providing it for free. It just means that agents don't end up having to pay.
Without
the vendor partners,
people that sponsor the classes, builders, developers, like when
inspection
we do
companies.
stuff with Stewart Title, it's inspection companies, insurance companies, mortgage, warranty, moving companies. There's just all kinds of people out there that really value being able to get in front of real estate agents. So because there's so many different parts involved in real estate, there's so many pieces of the pie that all have to work together, and so they're great about coming in and providing for the class.
Yeah, and it helps me get in front of real estate agents as well by offering what you offer, because I don't teach what you teach.
Right.
At least most of it. And I do teach my own CE classes, but this is not about me. It's about Kathryn. But my point is if it wasn't for Kathryn and what you do, I would not be able to offer what you offer. And for the longest time, I was told that at least the Sugar Land area, from a Stewart title perspective, did not have these kinds of things. The agents in the area weren't offered these kinds of classes and stuff. So I appreciate you doing what you do, and as long as you've done it and all that stuff. Tell everybody a little bit about what is available from a mandatory class standpoint to non-mandatory, and the difference in topics and things like that.
Okay. So there's 18 hours that are required every 2 years if you're an agent. If you're a brand new agent, your first 2 years, you have to get what's called SAE classes, and that's going to be 90 hours of SAE classes, and then, of course, you still have to get the legal update classes and the contracts class. And I do offer those online. Unfortunately, those are not free, but I do have a promo code that I can provide you to get a really good discount. But what we do with our partnerships with builders, developers, title, and all that, we offer the mandatory classes, which are the legal update and the contracts classes, and then electives such as creating with Canva or Instagram or TikTok, which is a little controversial now. I don't know if that's going to stay around. But just so many different topics, topics on mortgage and, the different things that are being offered today with lenders, and just a lot of fun classes. Not that legal and contracts isn't fun.
Come on. Let's just, we tell the truth on this podcast.
Right. You didn't see my wink?
No.
I winked.
Yeah. But the things that you do teach that are not the required legal one in contracts are also things that agents need or can use for their business.
Exactly.
Yeah. So it's not like she's just, teaching backet weaving or something like that.
It's not fluff. No,
it's not
it is
fluff.
not fluff. It's important parts of the business. How to run your business, how to deal with sellers, how to deal with buyers, how marketing is huge. And I know you teach a lot of marketing type classes, and one of these days I'm going to make it to one, because I feel like I'm always learning myself. I've been in classes now for 10 years, but I feel like there's always new things that you get kind of stuck in doing the things the same old way, and then 2 years later you realize, there's an easier, better, more effective way to do this.
They changed this, and no one told me.
I know.
Actually, it's funny. I had an agent that was that I was helping. He was in my Google My Business class, and I've been teaching Google My Business for 3 or 4 years. And every time I teach it, I learn something new from the agents. But he came in, and I helped him design his page and get it all up and everything. And then he was trying to get it verified. Up until he told me how he figured it out, I was under the impression that you couldn't physically talk to anybody at Google.
What?
He figured it out. You can.
Oh my gosh, this is like
this is like
groundbreaking information. So, you can call Google.
Well, there's a process you got to go through, but yes. And
wow.
So he was able to finally get his page verified. And I also learned from him that if you want an easier way to get your page verified and you're a real estate agent, don't put your address on the Google My Business page, because they consider that to be a service business.
Oh.
You're a service business. If you put your broker's address, it's already been verified. You don't put an address. You just put the area you service in. You're a service. They approve you right away. And I'm like, I wish somebody would have told me that.
Right.
So if you come to my class in the future,
now
I'll
you
be
know,
telling you that.
right?
Okay. So
good information.
Right. You learn something new every day.
Right.
I've been teaching my classes for years, but I never claimed to be the best at it or know everything there is about the topic.
At the beginning of all the classes that I teach, I always say, hey, if you're an expert in this area, I welcome your comments, because I'm going to be the first to tell you I don't know everything. I learn something from every single class I teach.
Exactly. So we're all going in the same direction, trying to get to the same goal, and we shall all help each other out.
I agree.
No conflict. So
right.
It just so happens that today, about an hour ago, one of your classes was finished in my building here.
I know that.
You want to give Lynn a shout out?
Lynn McCarthy. She is so smart. One of my best instructors. They're all amazing, actually. I couldn't say who's the best, but she is so smart with legal and contracts and just anything about the rules and the law. When I personally have a question, I call her because she's just amazing, and she's got a whole group of realtors that just follow her. They just, whatever she's teaching, they want to be there because she's just
You would actually
good.
think, if you didn't know her, she was an attorney. She
Right?
knows so much about every little
Her-
in and out of every little
every nuance,
Yeah,
every
everything.
right.
Yeah, don't go up to her and say, you know what, that's not right, because she will correct you.
She's gonna set you straight.
Exactly. So that's your school. Why don't you tell everybody real quick a little about, you are also a real estate agent.
I am.
And who you're with and all that
Okay,
stuff.
so I am with CB&A out of the Katy office, and I love my broker. They're amazing. There's so much help and camaraderie in that office. Everybody kind of just works together. They troubleshoot. They help each other figure things out. It like you said, there's no competition there. It's a lot of people helping each other, and it's just a great environment. So I'm so glad I found that office. But I got licensed about 2.5 years ago during COVID because the school business was kind of suffering a little bit because we
Yeah.
couldn't go anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
We were doing things on Zoom, but it gave me the time to finally go ahead and get myself licensed. So I've been hit the ground running since then.
Yeah, so she's runs a real estate educational school. She runs a real estate business, and you're also a mom.
I'm a gammy.
She's a gammy.
So, yes, I have 2 kids. They're grown, but I'm also now raising my grandson, and he's 8 years old, and he keeps me on my toes. He keeps me young.
He's young.
Either he keeps me young or I'm dying at the end of the day.
We don't want you to die.
Yeah.
Tell everybody a little bit about that way you approach working with clients for real estate. What can they expect from you?
Oh, my goal is to provide a service, to be there for what they need, and to help take the stress away, because buying and selling real estate, it can be stressful. It's a huge decision. People are moving, they're uprooting their lives, sometimes for good reasons, and sometimes it's not good reasons. But either way, it can be stressful, and so my goal is to always be able to pick up the pieces, handle the details so they don't have to. They can go on about with their lives, take care of their business. And I love communicating with them and making sure they know what's going on every step of the way.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Where can people find you on the internet? Social media, website, things like that.
I'm kind of all over the place.
I mean, if you got 3 different jobs.
You were talking about Google. If you Google my name, you're going to find out probably more than you ever wanted to know about me. But if you just go to KathrynWheat.com, that's my website. And I'll spell that because Kathryn can be a little tricky.
Mm-hmm.
It is KathrynWheat.com.
KathrynWheat.com.
And I'm Kathryn Wheat on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, TikTok.
And agents can go on your website to find your upcoming scheduled classes and where they're going to be.
Exactly. There's a calendar there. They just click the calendar and all the classes for that month will pop up. They see something they want to know more about or find out the details, and you just click on that particular class and it takes you to all the details, a link to RSVP. We try to make it as easy as possible for people to get to a class and find out all the information. And then while they're there, if they want to subscribe to the calendar, then they can get updates sent to them as well.
Oh, wow. Okay. And then are you, if a vendor in the city of Houston wanted to sponsor or partner with you, can they go there as well?
Sure, they can
Okay.
go. So then they would go to Kathryn C. Wheat School, that link, and it's there's another drop down that says sponsor, and then Houston, Dallas, and virtual, depending on what they want to do. And they can reach out to me, call me. Generally, the process starts with reaching out to me and telling me what they want and where they want it and when they want it.
Well, you got to vet them. You can't just let anybody,
Right. We have to talk it through. And
I own my own building company, and then someone shows up in a skirt with a taco in their hand. And you're like, wait a minute. It's not going to work. Awesome. Tell everybody how they get a hold of you.
You can reach me at my email, Kathryn@KathrynWheat.com, or on my phone number, 281-794-8111.
Awesome. So, guys, if you're a real estate agent and you need CE credits, you need education, please go to her website, look her up, check out what she has to offer, or call me, one of the two, because I can introduce you to her. She's got more than enough educational opportunities for you guys to get the classes and the credits you need. And you'll see her again. You'll see her with me every once in a while. So
I hope so.
Give me your phone number one more time.
281-794-8111.
Awesome. Well, thanks for being on the podcast.
Thank you so much. I know. I can't wait for the next one. This is fun.
She's going to want to come back next week.
I'll be here.
So we'll be back in just a second with segment number 2 with the famous Tam Tran from TL Global.
Yay.
We'll be right back.
Bye.
Hey, everybody. This is Kevin. I'm back with segment number 2 of episode number 44 of Kevin's Corner, Real Estate from a Marketing Perspective. And anybody that's anybody knows who this is. This is Tam Tran from TL Global. Say hi to everybody.
Hi everybody. How are you doing today? Hope everyone doing well on beautiful Friday.
It is beautiful.
Yes.
So Tam Tran, this is their first time being on the podcast, so go easy on her. She is, I guess you're like a representative for TL Global. What's your position?
It's actually my name is Tam Tran. I own a financing specialist and certified from the TL Global owner financing company.
Awesome. So for people like Kathryn that don't know what you do, what the program is, tell everybody what your company does. What's different between you and everybody else?
Okay. Thank you, Kevin. First of all, thank you, Kevin, for having me today.
Of course.
I really excited that the first time on the camera. And actually, we specialize in helping those clients who cannot qualify the loan for some reason. Mm-hmm. And we still help them to purchase any home of their choice, even the brand new home, with no documentation. The only thing we require is just down payment.
Okay, so this is basically non-traditional financing, correct?
That's correct, yes.
So if you're looking to purchase a property and you're working with an agent and for whatever reason you can't get approved through a traditional bank with a traditional loan, you're an option.
Yes, that I think that's a good option for the realtor and the home buyer out there, Mm-hmm. And for the realtor, we they can help those clients who cannot qualify the loan. For some, no social, a self-employee, business owner, foreign national, people, and we be able to help them to buy any home of choice. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and if you're a real estate agent, you can still work with TL Global with your client, right? You don't have to give your client to TL Global and then the agent's gone. The agent still gets to be part of the transaction.
Yes, we really would love to work with the realtor, and we would love to share, our program with our realtor. Because if they understand about the program and they can help, they can assist their client better way. And we work together to help those clients to make their dream come true. Mm-hmm.
And so when an agent or a prospective buyer comes to you, what is it that they need to do or have? What kind of questions do you ask them?
Actually, with the realtor, we always, love them to invite them to join with our realtor class. We have the class every Thursday from 12 to 2 at our office in Katy. And also we have the office in Dallas and Fort Worth as well. And for that meeting, and we can show the program, and agent can be able to understand deeper into the program from A to Z. And also, and help those clients, the agent to generate more leads from those clients.
Right. So you can actually, if an agent adds your program to their business model, they've now added an additional way to create income.
Yes.
It's kind of like working with real estate investors and adding property management to your portfolio.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So how does the program work if I'm a buyer and I can't get a traditional loan with a traditional bank, but I go through your program and I get approved and you guys help me buy a house? Tell everybody, how does that work? What is the buyer agreeing to do? Because they're not going into a contract with a bank.
That's a great question. Thank you, Kevin. It's actually we have an investor who have the really good, powerful, credit. They have good income, and they have certain season money. They already pre-approved, and they be ready, to apply the loan to buy the home for the home buyer choice, and they turn around owner finance it back to them. The beautiful.
That's the word I was looking for. Owner finance.
Yes. The beautiful in this program is, the term is up to 30 years like traditional way, fixed rate and no balloon. That the home buyer looking for, right? And I think the agent agree with that too. The balloon really dangerous. And the beautiful in this program is the deed under the home buyer name, and we record to the county courthouse, not under investor name.
So everybody, you guys catch that. Even though you're doing owner financing, the deed for the property you're buying is still in your name.
Yeah,
right?
Under home buyer.
Under home buyer,
Yes.
not the investor's name.
Not under investor name. Yes.
That's very important.
That's really important, and the home buyer looking for that, and that property belong to them. Investor cannot do anything. They just, get the loan for them, and that's it.
But the loan is not in the buyer's name; it's still in the investor's
Actually,
name. Correct?
it's the loan. The investor is who qualify the loan,
Right.
and they under their name. But the loan is between home buyer and the investor, and we still do the loan. We still do the contract, and we disclose you everything with the home buyer, and we close at the title company, the license title company, and everything report to the county courthouse.
So this is a completely 100% legitimate transaction. Everything's recorded. You can find all the documents. It's all documented. So if you're a home buyer and you can't get to traditional, but you go through your program, you don't have to worry about something happening later once you're in it, that the owner or the investor says, "Oh, by the way, get out. I want my house back," or anything like that.
No,
That won't happen.
No, that would happen. The house belong to the home buyer. Yeah.
Does the payments that the buyer is making to the investor, do those get reported to the credit bureau so that the buyer's building their credit?
Actually, investor, they don't have time to collect the payment, and they report, the bank statement to the monthly bank statement to the home client. But we have the no servicing company on the middle, and they can take care of that, document for the home buyer.
Okay.
That's why the home buyer feel really secure, and they have the report to the bank statement. Every month they have the end of the year, they issue the 1098, 1089 to for the tax, everything, and the home buyer be able to apply for the tax exemption.
Oh,
like
wow.
the normal traditional
Just like
way.
a normal buying a house.
Yeah, nothing different.
Wow.
Just only owner finance. Like the home buyer borrows, investor credit to buy their own home. And build the beautiful in this program, we help them to build up their credit.
Right.
If they have the monthly payment on time, and by the time they have the good credit, they can refinance with no repayment penalty. No time required, just any time.
And the investor, then once they refinance, the investor will be out and it'll
We
be
disappear.
very
Yes.
good. And the one, and it's not, I don't want to use the word catch. The one caveat about this program is that the interest rate's probably going to be a little bit higher than it would be if they were at a traditional bank, correct?
Yes,
or no?
correct. Yes,
correct. Okay,
correct.
so that's going to be the one. If you do the list of the pros and cons, that's basically the only con. You're borrowing somebody else's credit, somebody else's money, so you're going to have to pay a little bit more for it.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah,
I see.
that's fair for everyone.
Of course.
This program is win-win system, and everybody win. The home buyer win. They have the deed under their name. They own the property, and the investor have to be, match some the passive income.
But the home buyer does have to have 20% down?
That's correct.
Okay.
The minimum down is 15 to 20% down, but based on the price rent home.
Price of the home, right.
Yeah.
So you do have to have some cash. You have to come to the party with something. You got to contribute. You will pay a slightly higher interest rate, but you can still purchase a home that will be documented, run through the county. Everything's legit. You're a homeowner and you're buying your house. And you're just doing it the non-traditional way.
That's correct. Yes.
And Kathryn's already. Look at her smiling. She's like, I need Tam's card.
Yes.
Very nice. Tell everybody a little bit about TLO Global, the company. I can't remember the lady that owns it. What's her name?
My founder of the company her name is Teal Laurie.
Yes.
She is awesome, and she is create for this, program, and to help a slow client to cannot qualify the loan. Based, like in my personal thing, I realized in my personal when the first time I come over this country, and we don't have nothing. We have nothing, and we have to build up the credit. We have to, like looking for the job and something like that, and no way we can buy the home. And that's why we're working hard to save money and to buy the home. And by that time, I'm thinking about the people, like the same situation like I were before. And I'm really happy, and we're really happy to have.
And Kevin is the guy that does the presentations. And how many other people work there? How many other?
Actually, in my team is over 50 people, but actually in the office in here, it's about 10 people, and they work, like for in the outside of the country.
Okay.
We have the call center, and
Okay.
yeah, and we have like the website on the Google.
How many people are in Houston that do the same thing you do at TLO Global?
In the KD office, and we have about 6 people.
How many offices do you have in Houston?
We have just one office in the
That's what I
KD,
thought. Okay.
and the 2 office, one in the Dallas and one in the Forward.
You need to open up an office over on our side of town, because going from Pearland to Katy.
I wish.
Oh my gosh. So how do you have social media? Are you on social media?
Yes.
She's a social butterfly, by the way. Every happy hour, every party, she's at them all. She's actually one of the sponsors of my monthly happy hour as well. So, are you on social media?
Yes, I on a Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn, and also is I love to go to the networking too, and show my face, and people can remember me.
Everybody knows who she is. Everybody does. How can, if someone is interested in buying through these non-traditional ways, or an agent is interested in learning more about your program, how do they get a hold of you?
Just call me, reach out to me. My name is Tam Tran. My phone number 281-793-4826, and my email is tam@getownerfinancing.com.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much for being on the podcast. It's the first time. It wasn't that bad, see, was it?
Thank you very much for
I wanted her to be on this
Invite
podcast last
me.
year, and she made me put it off all the way till now. But you did a great job.
Thank you very much, Kevin.
So everybody, this podcast actually had some really cool guests on it that offer some great value. So if you're a real estate agent and you're looking for education, you need to contact Kathryn Wheat. If you're a buyer or seller that's looking to buy or sell your property, or lease or invest in one, you need to call Kathryn Wheat. If you are a buyer and you can't get approved through the traditional ways through a bank, contact Tam Tran. Contact Kathryn and tell her to contact Tam Tran.
Yes.
They will hook you up and get you approved. You can still buy a home. You just got to do it a little bit different way, but it's all recorded the same way. You'll be getting your credit built up and you'll be a homeowner. So thank you very much for being on the podcast. I really appreciate it. This is episode number 44. I want to tell everybody again, if you're a real estate agent and you want to be on the podcast, or you're a vendor operates in the Fort Wayne County area, give me a call, 832-654-0527, or email me at kevin.davidson@stewart.com, and I'll get you on the calendar. And again, I have to thank Jennifer Smitis, the Area Vice President, Caitlin Korner, Devin, Wendy Santana, and Adriana Ozalte, and all the other ladies that work at our 2 offices in Stewart Title, Sugar Land, and Richmond. And I have to remind you guys, if you're needing title and you're not using Stewart Title, shame on you. You will be hearing from me soon.
Shame on you.
This has been episode number 44. Thank you, Tam Tran. Thank you, Kathryn. So
Thank
bye.
you, Kevin. Bye.
We'll see you next week.
See you.